Welcome to Wolfville,
a small town in the heart of Nova Scotia, where rolling vineyards meet busy streets and community spirit frames every corner, sits a small school with under 4,000 students, Acadia University.
Our campus is more than just a group of buildings. It's a place where friendships form and ideas grow.
Yet behind our small town charm lies reality faced by many students. The daily struggle to balance academics, part-time work, and balance everyday needs.
Picture this, a student juggling classes, extracurriculars, and work. Often this leads to students having to skip meals due to limited time and money.
By the time they make it home, a well-rounded, nutritious meal may not be a priority.
Meanwhile, just down the road in our dining halls and local markets, fresh produce, dairy, and baked items quietly head to the compost bins.
This is where we saw an opportunity, a clear divide between excess food and food insecurity.
Food Sharing Acadia bridges this gap, rescuing perfectly good food and turning it into free, vegan-friendly, community meals right in the heart of our student center.
This work is supported by a dedicated team of over 35 volunteers and 5 paid student coordinators who plan menus, rescue ingredients, and organize pop-up dinners that feel more like a community meal than a service.
The volunteers, who are mainly students from our nutrition program, gain valuable hands-on experience in the kitchen and leadership roles, growing a job-ready skill set.
And through our partnerships with Second Harvest, the ASU Food Cupboard, and local grocers, we ensure a steady supply of quality ingredients, from crisp vegetables to fresh bread, which would otherwise go to waste.
Since our launch, we've hosted 29 pop-up events, serving over 3,300 meals at an average cost of just $1.10 per serving.
Through these events, we have also rescued $3,500 worth of perfectly good food and saved 824 kilograms of carbon dioxide from entering our environments.
Every rescued meal not only fights food insecurity, but builds a stronger, more inclusive campus community while reducing waste.
One student said, quote, "The food was great. I got to eat today, which I wasn't sure I could do without Enactus."
This type of response is what drives Food Sharing Acadia to do even more.
Looking into the future, we have planned to create a food rescue initiative, which will save food from going to waste after an event on campus. As well, we have meal planning and grocery planning workshops to make a lasting impact.
In the next year, we plan to serve over 5,000 meals, rescue an additional $6,000 worth of surplus food, and expand our model to neighboring universities all over Atlantic Canada.
But while ensuring that every stomach could be filled, we realized that caring for every mind matters just as much.
Behind the many smiling faces are unseen battles. Students silently dealing with anxiety, depression, and trauma without accessible tools to heal and grow.
Resilient Youth was created to meet this need by offering peer-led workshops, personalized wellness kits, and trauma-informed training for educators on campus.
Each workshop introduces strategies like breathing exercises, expressive writing, and grounding practices that students can fit into their daily routines.
Our personalized wellness kits act as support on the go. They offer stress management tools, mindfulness prompts, and lists of local mental health resources.
By partnering with experts in trauma literacy and psychology, our Resilient Youth team equips educators to build trauma-informed classrooms where vulnerability meets empathy.
To date, we've trained 141 educators who believe that they could have reached approximately 10,000 students.
After surveys, 85% of participants say that they leave feeling better equipped and less alone. Over 50 educators have shared stories about the improved atmosphere in their classrooms.
But we aren't done here. Next year, we're scaling up. We hope to train an additional 100 educators and launch a digital version of Resilient Youth so students can track their progress and embed resilience into their everyday lives.
Our campus successes have created a vision, reaching from Wolfville to the wider world.
Touching Hearts began when an Acadia student, driven by her own personal experiences, wondered how business could uplift communities halfway around the world.
Through this initiative, we have created a digital, online platform where we can connect artists and partners with Canadian customers who value genuine quality and fair trade.
In June of last year, one of our members traveled directly to underserved communities in 4 East Asian countries to personally build relationships and develop strong, lasting partnerships.
At Touching Hearts, our impact supply chain sources raw materials from multiple communities, creating a ripple effect of opportunity that spreads across entire regions.
But what truly sets Touching Hearts apart is our emphasis on relationships. We don't just buy products. We work side by side with artisans to customize our support to meet their unique needs.
That work has created 300 jobs, including 290 part-time and 10 full-time positions, improving the livelihoods of approximately 900 individuals facing daily economic challenges.
In just 6 months, Touching Hearts has shipped over 100 handcrafted pieces, including pearl necklaces and woven baskets, forming partnerships with 30 artisan communities.
Through these sales, we have generated $10,000 in revenue, half of which has been reinvested into training programs and raw materials to ensure sustainable growth and preserve cultural heritage for generations to come.
The need for change has never been greater. To date, according to UNICEF, 326 million children in Asia live in poverty, lacking access to basic necessities.
The Asian Development Bank reports that 1 in 5 children in Asia lives in extreme poverty, surviving on less than $1.90 per day. That's why every decision we make is rooted in long-term sustainability.
But by empowering artisan families to overcome challenges independently, we're providing an open door, a way of breaking the cycle of poverty and changing the metrics for generations to come.
Into the future, to continue breaking the cycle, we plan on selling 300 more products, onboarding 50 more artisan partners, and impacting roughly 1,500 lives, proving that when kindness drives business, we, together, can touch hearts all around the world.
At Enactus Acadia, 3 of our flagship projects, food sharing, Touching Hearts, and Resilient Youth, share one mission: to build dignity through opportunity, connection, and empowerment.
By upgrading our kitchen facilities, developing digital wellness tools, and expanding our online platform, we plan to serve 5,000 more meals, rescue $6,000 worth of surplus food, train an additional 100 educators, and scale Touching Hearts to 300 products to impact 1,500 lives.
From the rolling hills of Nova Scotia to remote villages in Southeast Asia, we, Enactus Acadia, believe that when kindness drives business, we can nurture communities, cultivate resilience, and connect the world.
We're growing community on our campus and across the globe.
One heart, one plate, one spark of resilience at a time.
We are Enactus Acadia.
We will begin the question and answer period for the judges. Only judges may ask questions. Judges, please raise your hand if you have a question.
If you had to pick one of the 4 and focus just on that, which one and why?
Personally, we all lead different projects. Like I lead Touching Hearts, Sophia over there leads Resilient Youth, and we're all tackling different issues. Personally, I wouldn't pick one because there's room for all of those things to grow and for us to be able to, I feel like for the world to move into a better place, a positive place, we all need to do our part. So personally, I wouldn't pick one. I think we're all making an impact in different areas.
I have a question around the food initiative. How did you convince the students to take part in it? What was the communication strategy for letting them know about it, and was it a hard sell to get them to take part?
So our plan with our food sharing initiative is to create events surrounding the meal. So that way we break the stigma that comes with needing help with food. And in terms of communicating that, our social media platforms for our university and our own initiative post multiple times a day. In regards to that, one of the projects or events that we hosted was record painting night. And so with that, students can come and just paint the record and leave, or in the process, they can get a bowl of chili and sit down and eat and paint while they have their meal. And that way, no one has to question if they need help with food or if they're just there for the activity.
And just to add on to that too, we are such a tight-knit community and we're such a small school that we really have that bond with our school, and Enactus is very well known at Acadia. So we build that relationship with students, with administrators, which is why we actually just received $12,000 for next year to operate food sharing again.
I have a question. products because you said you're reducing waste? Is it restaurants or grocery stores?
So we work with Second Harvest, which is an organization that works with grocers like Atlantic Superstore to grab or save their products that are going to waste or coming to the end of their shelf lifespan, and we reuse that close to, same day or a couple of days apart from it expiring. And then in terms of the ASU food coverage, that is from communities or community people donating to us to support our students. So yeah.
So how many products do you have?
Sorry, say it again.
How many products?
Through Second Harvest, there are multiple. I don't know the exact number, but in terms of our own partners that we can name, we have about 4 or 5.
For touching hearts, how is the pricing of the items determined? Is it the artisan that sets the price, and how's that insurance with
For sure.
stuff?
So last year in June was actually the beginning of the year. We sold 100 products. So we didn't really have a set price yet because we were still testing the market. So we based our prices off of our customers and of course the cost of the product. So Touching Hearts is fair trade. So we pay our artisans or indigenous communities ahead of time of what their products are worth. We actually invest in them as well to ensure that they have the materials that they need and educate them on the biodiversity so that we're not disrupting that as well. And we've based our prices off of our customers and from the artisans themselves.
With Resilient Youth, how do you differentiate yourselves between other platforms that are out there like Better Health or those on teleservices?
Very good question. So we focus on trauma-informed teaching in the classroom. While we do mental health services for youth, that trauma-informed teaching in the classroom piece really differentiates us. And we make it personalized to every single school that we go into. I personally lead a lot of the workshops that we do, and with the educators that we work with all the specialists, we're able to give them trauma-informed tools, ones that are tested, ones that are proven, ones that we have created ourselves with the help of our specialists.
Follow up to that, can you speak to individual qualifications? Like when I hear qualified informed tools, I'm thinking qualified specialists.
Yes, they are qualified. So they all have different like master's degrees. They've taken all of their for example, I'm qualified in Margaret Blonstein's. She's got a PhD. ARC certified. I'm a mindfulness in school certified. So are they. They're also businesses as well. So they've been certified to lead trauma-informed classrooms, and they have different qualification people that work alongside them as well. So it's not just the main specialists, they also consult others with PhDs as well.
Okay, so I saw on the slide that you were going
Your
to
time has expired. Judges, please